Good morning, everyone. Paul and I are up bright and early at the Bura Resort, just outside of Chiang Rai, Thailand.
Yeah, it's a
And
beautiful morning. Sunny starting off, which has not been the way it's been the last couple of
yeah, and
mornings.
we're off to a mountain full day ride, but we wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about the Bura Resort. And our stay here was quite incredible.
Well, I would just start by saying that again with TripAdvisor, in preparing for the trip, this place, people sang the praises pretty universally, which is pretty unusual.
Right, and the name Hannah keeps coming up, and Hannah is really the face of the resort. She is the go-to gal, and man, we can't say enough good things about Hannah. So let's talk about the room. And we're going to say rooms because when we arrived, we discovered that we had the upstairs room, B3 up, for 3 nights. And then because they had a large group, we were downstairs in the lower unit in B3. And then we returned upstairs, fortunately, for the last two.
So we had the opportunity to actually experience two of the rooms in the facility, and we had initially booked the lesser, the more, the
Well, the less
cheaper, yeah,
expensive.
the less
Yeah,
expensive
and
room.
we discovered that for $11 more,
More we
we
could,
could go upstairs.
yeah,
And oh my gosh, you'll see the film because we're adding clips with Hannah,
yeah.
bringing us right into the room. So you'll see the teak wood everywhere. There is wood in the lower unit, but it isn't like all tricked out on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And speaking of ceilings, I think we've talked about this before. Paul's 6'3", I'm 6 foot, and it's impossible for tall people to be in that lower unit. So if you're like 5'10" or lower,
Yeah.
you'll do fine down there.
Right, and all the comments too indicated to take the what they call waterfall view rooms. So those were the upper rooms.
Right, right.
So for $11 more, we just sort of on the fly, even though it's high season, they were able to accommodate Rich's actual insistence to take
Oh, well, I
the
read
better
somebody's
room.
TripAdvisor recommendation,
Yeah,
so that's what I went
yeah,
off, and that's really important to read and do your homework. And
right.
the piece down there, my inner designer would like to add art in there because, like I said, the wood is limited. Put up a couple lovely pictures. I mean, after being at the flower festival, my brain is still thinking, oh, there's some great
Yeah.
watercolors of flowers that would be beautiful there. Um,
Should we
uh,
talk about some other things or
are we good with the room? Oh, the hot water.
yeah, well, I mean, it was the best
He,
anywhere I
he,
think that we've
he's the
ever had.
bathtub guy.
Yeah, we had a great bathtub upstairs, and the hot water was basically scalding hot.
It's the best hot water
I
we've
don't
had in any
quite
hotel,
understand it. We went to a hot spring a couple of days ago, and it may very well be that the hot water is actual
possibly.
natural. We've been meaning to ask, but
Yeah,
I can't imagine, given how less energy intensive in general the country is, as opposed to sort of the United States, for
right.
example, that they actually are heating all of that water. So my guess is that it's a natural source that then they use cold water to cool off. So that was really a welcome. The baths were really welcomed.
Do we want to talk a little bit about the food here?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, and it's really
Yeah,
reasonably priced. So
yeah.
it's nice to see sometimes in a hotel restaurant that they are not gouging. Between that and like sending your laundry out, they're not gouging um, prices. So the food is good.
Yeah,
It's actually Hannah's husband who is the cook, and he's a
right.
good cook.
And her brother-in-law.
And it always
Yeah.
surprises me a lot of these the menus that we've had this last month plus, they're extensive, and I can't imagine how they can accommodate
Yep.
7 pages or
Right.
ten
I know.
pages
We keep going.
of
Oh,
items.
they're going to come back to the table and go,
Say, oh, we don't
oh,
have that particular flat
exactly.
noodle tonight. Well, they do.
And they have
So,
everything. It's
so we've
crazy.
really eaten our way through the menu a little bit. We've
Yeah.
been here almost all evenings for dinner except
Yeah,
one.
yeah. And we got to
Um,
go to the local farmers market, if you
yeah.
will, that, they shop daily for all the fresh produce.
So, I mean, the word romantic we haven't used yet. This is an exceedingly romantic getaway venue. It's up,
Yeah.
kind of tucked away from the main part of town. There's nothing really around it. It's quiet. They've developed it. Actually, we learned last night the designer is a well-known Chiang
Right.
Mai-based designer who is got some international renown. So it's really beautifully constructed. What
Yeah.
it's about
Yeah.
5 or 6 years old.
Yes, they're in their 6th year.
And it's really a small facility that's not a lot. And we've had it mostly to ourselves, which is really
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so the only other thing I'm thinking of, Rich, is just to note the Wi-Fi, because we
Mhm.
have been here for 4 nights and the Wi-Fi is very weak, and we've been a little frustrated with it. It's been difficult. It's good to check sometimes
Yeah.
how kind of connected you are, and we're not absolutely hysterical about it, but
Well, I am because I'm so eager to share all of the
the
film.
yeah, we
Oh my
haven't.
gosh.
Yeah, we really have not been able
Ah.
to. So we, in retrospect, have
Yeah.
taken. We've seen how good our Wi-Fi was in the condo where we were, and we've
Yes.
had good
Yes.
hotel Wi-Fi experience too so far. But this was below average, and
Really needs upgraded if you're going to be here like 6 nights, like
so,
our visit.
for whatever reason, we were both up early today, like 4 a.m. So we're gonna hit breakfast at the opening bell at 7:30, as opposed to the closing bell at 10:30.
Ding, ding.
So, but we're gonna go sit in the hotel lobby because allegedly we haven't done this yet.
Right.
Wi-Fi is better there, so
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
may spend a few minutes prior to the croissants coming out of the oven
Mm.
at the breakfast table, and see if we can't do a little more digital work.
Yep.
But we're trying to just enjoy the natural environment, which we are. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not hovered over our phone like some.
I know, but we're still dialed into our technology. We have
Well,
hardcover
yeah,
books, and
yeah.
it's like, man, there's a lot to do in the
Well, I mean,
area.
I was like sending a confirming email to. We're going to be on a Mekong River trip here in a couple of days.
Right.
I was just sending a confirming email, and I'm like hovering over the phone. It's like a 4-line email. It's
And
like
it's not
go,
going.
go.
It's not going.
So
Yeah.
there are extremes, and this
Yeah.
is unfortunately one
And
of the
I
downsides.
guess that's kind of energetically our need to dial it
Yeah.
back, and we're learning that in the
Oh
sixth
yeah,
week.
big
Is that,
time. It's not
you know,
really a big problem either. You just have to conduct business,
right?
and that's the nature of of
Yeah.
modern world.
Right.
So,
So
oh my God, we're at 7 minutes and a half.
I know, but it's
So
like an awesome stay. The
yeah,
birds are
so
waking up.
Bura Resort, Bura resort in
Yes.
far northern Thailand. We're just, in fact, on our trip today. It's only going to take us about an hour and a half to get within spitting distance of the Myanmar border.
Border.
So way up far north Thailand.
A
It's
Chinese village,
yeah,
tea plantation.
it feels like this part of Thailand is kind of like the heartland of Thailand, if I can use the term
Yeah.
borrowed from sort of the American
Yeah.
heartland. It's beautiful people.
Pineapple fields all
laid
around.
back.
Fresh
Yeah.
pineapple every morning.
Yeah.
12 months out of the year, they say.
Yeah, almost too sweet to consume. It's
I know, right?
So good.
Okay.
All right, so that's it from here.
Yeah.
We've got one more night here, and then we've got a night at the border of Laos, and then we cross over into Laos, and we may or may not do the
Who knows?
hotel on the border.
Yeah.
But we definitely will see you from Laos in the coming episodes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
It's good to travel. And remember, when you travel, really personalize your space, look it over, make it feel like home, because it's not that difficult to do. So, he's Paul,
And he's Rich.
and we're the Hotel
Guys,
Guys.
and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye, everybody.